Boots on the ground, putting it down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mickey D. I host The Scoop. I want to thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure, it's an honor to be on your electronic device, aka the baby knockout goat. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you today about a sensitive subject, a subject that may get me in trouble. I want to talk about those companies that I don't believe will perform during the uranium squeeze-up that we're going through right now. As you know, uranium spot prices right now are upwards of like $75, ladies and gentlemen, is the ask. Doing very, very well. This is a bull market like no other uranium bull market I've participated in, and this is my third one, ladies and gentlemen. So I got a little experience in it. I'm a little different from what you might hear of others that have read about it and do stories about it and what have you. This is different, as they say, but it's so similar. It's so much alike. Supply and demand, certain things just haven't changed. And in uranium, not a lot has changed because they haven't put any money into any new projects here. It's over big money into any new projects over the last 15, 20 years or so. So the supply is not really there, and the demand is growing, 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 growing. We all bought into that, right? When I wrote those books and I told you uranium was a big trade coming in between the cannabis trade and in between the Bitcoin trade, in which we cleaned up, we were always involved with our uranium trade. But ladies and gentlemen, the scoop is for your education, your entertainment, your information only. I'm not a stockbroker, not a money manager, not a financial advisor. I'm an author, I'm a researcher. You can get my books on Amazon.com. You get the audiobook, paperback book, or the ebook. Today, like I was saying, I really want to just talk to you here because there are companies, ladies and gentlemen, that are not going to participate in this market. Like, share, subscribe, and I want your comments on this situation. Companies that you think won't make it through this uranium bull market because they just won't make it. They're not strong enough. But we've reached a point now where a lot of companies have been saying, well, we're going to start production at 70. We're going to start production at 75. We're going to start production at 80. And I do believe we'll have these elevated prices for a little time here. They'll have enough time to make a decision. But the decision is something that maybe you or I might not agree with because they can't do anything. They have no uranium. They have no discoveries. They can't get finance for anything. So some of these companies, they call them, you call them whatever you want to call them. But I know this rubs people the wrong way sometimes because I could remember during the height of when we were up in Canada and we were doing the Canadian marijuana companies and some American companies and stuff. I was doing research on one particular company. It was around $13 a share USD. It was $13, topped out $13. And I told my subscribers, I said, guys, the stock is headed to zero because there's nothing there. I had gone to one location they gave me. I had gone to another location they gave me. I said, this is old school, man. You're just being eaten up. Some people thank me to this day because the $13 stock that they got at pennies and it went up to $13 and I told them there's nothing there. You sell when you tell you there's nothing there. The same thing is going to happen with uranium. Now I'm not going to be invited to the cocktail parties and stuff because I told people I've done videos on companies that are headed to zero. And you can take a look at some of those videos, ladies and gentlemen. I stand by all that stuff. But those guys aren't going to be inviting me to their pool parties. I'm going to have a party like I had with my granddaughter last night. We had a great time going from door to door in the neighborhood. Halloween, knocking on the doors, getting candy. That was fun. So things like that are this is not going to. I don't get any pleasure in letting people know that, hey, you have an investment that I don't really believe in. It may pan out, but it may not. So we've reached a time where the price of uranium will incentivize some of these companies. Now, some of these companies, like I said, the financing is going to dry up for some of these companies because they have nothing. They have no uranium. They've been looking for uranium for the past, they would tell you 10, 15 years or past 5 years, past 8 years, but there's nothing there. We started with 30 companies, ladies and gentlemen. We started this venture a few years back with 30 companies. Now we have over 140 companies on our way up to 200, 300, 400, 500 companies. Now, I would say that's good if companies were vying maybe for some sort of championship or something, or everybody could participate, where you get a participation trophy or something. But this is uranium. This is mining, ladies and gentlemen. And I have a real estate background, residential, commercial, sales, loans, rentals, leasing. That's my background. Now, if someone said, okay, Mickey D, we're going to turn this, and you could be the CEO in the face of this uranium company, would you think I could turn this uranium company into a multi-million dollar, billion dollar company? It takes experience, right? And a lot of these companies, I hate to say it, but you've got guys that are from other industries. Maybe their industries are good for what, in other words, these companies that are coming along right now, they're out for your dollar, ladies and gentlemen. They're out for your dollar. They may be changing their names to this uranium or that resource stock or what have you. My uncle my aunt has some land, and they said it had uranium on it, so let's start a company and let's call it XYZ Uranium King or something. It's not going to work this cycle. The number one reason it's not going to work this cycle, ladies and gentlemen, for a long period of time. Now, I believe that high tide is going to lift all the boats here soon, I believe. It's going to lift everything. But when I traded the .coms, see, we didn't have YouTube. We didn't have this social media stuff, Instagram and all this other stuff, where the word can get out that real fast, there's nothing there. It's how do they say it? SHITCO. That's what a lot of people like saying online. It's not a good company. Initially that's what they said about the Scoop and Mickey D. Did we prove them wrong? We got in super early. These things were pennies. So now we're ready to sell. We're looking to sell at the next pop up, right? We're looking to, hey, many of you have gotten out the game already. Well, you pick up a stock and it's 300, 400, 500% up. Why you could have sold last year, the year before, 2 years ago. But for you that have stuck in there and we're hanging for the long haul, we're trying to get that really juicy money that's out there. It's coming. It's coming. But those companies that I'm saying that won't participate right now are companies, they will not participate because of this information age right now. I believe that you, the investor, are a lot more informed. You're more on the ball than we were when we traded the .coms. When I'm just going to speak for me. When I traded the .coms, sure, I depended on guys like Doug Casey. I depended on guys in the know rather than these visionaries, depended on them. Where now, all you guys got to do is look up a company and you can see where the CEO came from. Well, he used to be a no disrespect for guys that throw the papers in the morning. They don't exist anymore, right? He used to throw newspaper. That was my first job. That's why I say I wouldn't be a CEO if that was the top job I had. It was one of my first jobs. I got a paper boy, and then I was writing for the paper. Wow, didn't take over the paper and buy it. But anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, the reason is that the information, it's plain as day here. You guys have social media. You guys have the internet. You guys aren't going to be putting your money into these sloppy companies. These companies where the manager was, or the CEO was, you can check backgrounds. There was nothing there, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's got a checkered background, including me. I worked for a few companies that I'm not really that fond of, in my day. But the communication right now, you guys with the information, you're not going to put your money in these companies that are no good. It had to be a couple years ago. What did I say about this? A couple years ago. Let's go to some film here. Hold on.
Months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago, I was telling you to plug your nose and buy uranium stocks, close your eyes and just throw the dart. Well, we've passed that now. That was the first and second inning of this thing. And you guys know that the first and second inning is when I got in during the big one, the big kahuna there in 2004, 5, 6, and 7, when I traded the uranium bull market then. I'll tell you a minute here about transitioning to better quality uranium stocks. Stocks that we think are going to be here for the long run here.
Ladies and gentlemen, like, share, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. But I was just trying to let you know that this long journey that we've been part of and is going to continue. And I don't want people to look at my videos and then say, okay, I'll go out like Mickey D did. I'll get these baby knockouts and I'll get them at a quarter, 50 cents or something. I can assure you right now in this cycle, there are no next gens out there for a quarter or 50 cents right now. There are no stocks that 12 cents like a Boss Energy in Australia that we picked up. There are no Denison Mines out there for a quarter anymore. Most of these stocks we've talked about in books. I've talked about on videos for days and months and years, ladies and gentlemen. And we think that right now is a good time, is better than any time to get rid of some of those companies that have nothing and put those zeros and put your money into some of those potential heroes. Now, there aren't a lot of stocks to choose from. So when the big money starts rolling in and we get that flywheel effect when they're rolling into the ETFs, that money is going to be put on those quality stocks, those stocks with good management, those stocks with good projects, those stocks where, Wall Street is kind of funny, it values experience a little bit. It values people that have been there, companies that have people that have done this before. When the money starts rolling in, it really goes in that direction. It doesn't go toward startup companies and all that. Not in uranium. In other areas, yes. But you're going to have something in uranium. This uranium is a whole different ball game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, this is my third one. This is what I've learned. Uranium is totally different than probably anything you've ever It's not like I traded the dot coms. Just put dot com at the end of your name, into your address there, and your stock went up $50. And that was we didn't have the information that we have now to be able to decipher which one of these companies has potential and which one doesn't. And that's what I do for you. I do it in the newsletter, and I let you know, guys, what's going on left and right. And right now, sure, you're safe. The African uranium super trade is alive and well. Africa has the goods. Ask any of the Chinese companies, they'll tell you that's where they're going. That's where the West should be going right now. On top of Australia, Canada, United States. But whoever has uranium, not looking for it, not digging for it, it's around that corner over there, the side, that mountain over there. No, we don't want to hear that anymore. It's up the street, it's here. We want to know that you have uranium. See? So that's what this boils down to now. The haves and the have-nots. And us that are prepared, we've gotten our baby knockouts already. We've got, 5, 10,000 shares or whatever. You have 100,000, a million shares or whatever of, 500 shares of this little small stock for 3 cents. If that's what the investment you can make, you hold on to it. You hold on. It's just time to hold on. When you're right, just sit tight. And that's what we're doing right now. We're just sitting tight, ladies and gentlemen. This is a really, really, it's going to get exciting. It's going to get crazy. Companies are going to come. You're going to see the best salespeople on TV. You're going to get stuff in the mail. People are going to be writing books about it. You're going to hear about uranium, uranium, uranium. We're not in the silly season yet, but we're going to get there. I promise you, we're going to get there. It's going to be a silly season, and you're going to have a chance to sell out of these stocks we bought for pennies because we did our research. We did our physical. We did everything. We did our technical, fundamental, and our physical analysis, and we are ready. Love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family. Like I said, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Halloween with your family. Any other holidays? Veterans Day coming up. You vets out there, shout out to you guys. I should have. Let me go. I bought a new hat. Let me show you this. Looks cool. You guys see my new Navy Seabees hat? That's pretty nice, huh? Not bad, huh? Hey, I got a couple. I was out at the VA, man, and they had a booth there. They kind of hooked me up with a couple different things, and it's not bad. But as we celebrate what's going on, there's a lot going on, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't want to get into the politics and get into all what's going on right now. I just want to let our men and women in uniform know that they have support. One day I'll jump into it, but I'm not a Middle East expert. I have been to that area several times. Here, I do know that there's areas there that the Straits of Hormuz, they cut that off. I know what's going to happen here. I mean, I was going through there. Like I said before, I've told you look at there's land on that side, there's land on that side. Very narrow area that can cut off the oil to the west. That would be devastating. They would go to war for something like that. Remember in the 80s when they were mining those areas and Reagan, 600 ship Navy, a lot to. I talk about the Navy all day and the military all day. I'm a military family, guys. But anyway, love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family. Remember that these companies, the financing is going to dry up on some of these, junior companies that really have nothing. I wish somebody would give me $5 million if I told them I was going to dig for uranium or something. Uranium is totally different, totally haze gray and underway. It's like the sea is totally different from the land. It's different. Love you. God bless you. Take care of you and your family, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have some more fun. Let's have some more fun. Love you. Take care. And like, share, and subscribe also. I have some videos for you. You guys can take a look at these videos. And make sure you weigh in also. Do you guys think that all of these stocks are going to go in this ride, or some of these stocks are not going to go in this ride? You guys, let me know. Let me know. Say, Mickey D, you're way up, man. You're way off. This high tide is going to lift all these boats, man, because the people out there with money in Wall Street, they don't care what the stock has as long as they have a good story for them. We're going to put our money on that company. They don't have to have any uranium. All they have to do is say they have uranium tires now. They're making uranium, bracelets. They're making, and the stock goes up. All they have to do is announce anything. We're going to make uranium, books. Mickey D, we're making uranium books now. Anyway, love you. God bless you. Take care of you, your family.